everyone, here is Philip from Fira Digital Art, and in today's 8th episode on my project for Hum3d Car Rendering Challenge 2019, I'm going to talk about compositing a little bit, about Clarisse. This is going to be my software in which gonna compose everything and render the final image. So this is something how I think my scene should look like, the composition of it. I can switch to image view so you can see, yeah, this is just some testing renders, so on a low resolution, just to show you what I am imagining of my scene. So pretty much similar as in concept that I created on my first update on Hum3d forum. So I just want to be some kind of scene with the chase with the police. By the side flies the helicopter. This is some kind of bridge. In the back are some kind of mountains. Yeah, just to cover the area, to show, yeah, to make my scene interesting, more interesting. Also, I like to show that the sun comes from this direction here, so it comes so it lights up the bridge, and it's some kind of sunset or something like that. Pretty close to sunset, I can say. That kind of mood of the scene I like. So a lot of yellowish color, a little bit of oranges. Something like that I want to compose in the final image, so that's going to be the color grading layer of my scene. For now, I didn't export it, I didn't import the textures inside Clarisse yet. I'm just testing, setting up the lighting, setting up the scene. I also choose to use, yeah, let's switch to perspective camera. Here it is. So that's pretty much how my scene will look like. So yeah, I scatter around these kind of landscapes or mountains that I created inside World Creator. I created one landscape, and I exported it as an OBJ. As I said, I don't want to try height maps. I want to try with the actual geometry how Clarisse is going to work. And I can say it has around 27 million polygons. As you can see here, it's huge amount of polygons, but it still works pretty okay, you know. It still works pretty okay on the scene. And I also turned here rendering inside viewport, so it renders pretty much fast. It's very good for this. I like it. Also, want to point out some things about Clarisse that I really like. When I started using it, I'm learning Clarisse as I progress. As much as I need information, I go Google and find some stuff that I need, how to do this, how to do that. So Clarisse is very easy to learn, I can say. Its interface is very easy to understand, so it's not complex and difficult. Everything is pretty much easy. So I pretty much like Clarisse for that. Also, this is my main camera. Let's switch back to it. So I composed everything really much easy. Importing stuff pretty much easy, as in all the other software. Just import, go geometry and import geometry. You can import images, textures, also open some projects. Also, funny stuff about Clarisse is that you can compose everything inside other softwares, create animations and everything, and just directly import inside Clarisse through Alembic files, and that's good. That's the other part of Clarisse that is very good. I think you cannot import textures with the Alembic file when you export from Maya or Max. But everything you created is going to be exported as it is. You can export lights, you can export animation, all the geometry, everything that is set up in your scene, you can just import here. And that's some other part very interesting about Clarisse. So if you're not familiar with Clarisse, you can just create everything outside of Clarisse and then just import it, and the whole scene is going to be loaded. Also, there is a couple of things interesting when you import like that, and you can use, they're calling that inside Clarisse shading layers, and through that shading layers you can easily import all the materials and textures and speed up your process of texturing your models, so every texture is going to be loaded pretty much fast, so you are not going to be going back and forth. Just select the material and apply to the model, and then you need to connect all the textures, and then you do for every of those assets. It's going to be boring and forever, so you can do that through shading layers. It's going to speed up your workflow. It will take some time if you have a lot of texture set, but still it's going to be much more faster and effective. So that's what is another part of Clarisse that is very good. And also, I want to talk about memory consumption, comparing to other 3D packages like Maya Max, I don't know, whatever you're using. I'm talking about the polygon count. So I have currently 27 million polygons, and runs pretty smooth. I have turned on real-time rendering, so it pretty much runs very fast. Still, I can say I didn't import the textures, so textures are also consuming a lot of memory, but I can say it runs pretty much smooth. And I tested this out. I tested it yesterday. So I composed the scene and tried to import the same scene inside of Maya. And when I imported inside Maya, it took forever to import. And also, it lags a lot. And after some time, it crashed. Yeah, I ran out of memory because 27 million is too much for my computer inside Maya to handle. So I have around 16 gigs of RAM, so not so much, but also I just want to point that out. And also, I tested another thing. I loaded I loaded inside Maya my Koenigsegg Regera, only the car with the textures. Yes, only the car with the textures inside Maya, and I just wanted to see in Task Manager how much memory it consumes, and it consumed around, I think it was 800 megabytes or something, 8 or 900 megabytes, just for one car that has 700,000 polygons. So it doesn't have even a million polygon, and it has textures on it. The textures are 2K resolution, so I didn't go with the 4K. It's too much, I think. So I did textures in 2K, imported inside Maya, and it took that much megabytes. And then what I did, the next thing, Clarisse loaded with a full scene. With a full scene, you see here, consumes only like, I think it was 500 megabytes, something like that. So it's ridiculously crazy how it can handle the polygon count within Clarisse. It's wonderful, and I like that. Really like that for that kind of stuff. It's really optimized. And if you're creating some huge environments and huge projects with a lot of polygons, I will definitely recommend Clarisse. And I can say I will definitely gonna start to use Clarisse in my projects. If I'm creating something huge, I'm gonna definitely use the Clarisse for that. So it's very good. If you're creating some kind of small scenes, yeah, it doesn't matter where you're gonna render it. You don't have to go that far and just export everything to Clarisse and then connect all the textures. And yeah, you're gonna waste a lot of time for just a small scene. But if you're creating something huge and you need to use the power of Clarisse to scatter all those buildings and all that stuff, you can do very easily and fast in Clarisse. It has scattering and point cloud system, which you can use to scatter geometry as much as you like in just a couple of clicks. Very fast, very easy. I like also that about Clarisse. So if you want to spread buildings and vegetation, you can do very fast. You can combine a couple of objects and then scatter them around as much as you like. and it can withstand a lot of kind of polygons. Also, the second thing I wanted, not the second, the other thing, I don't know. Told you a lot of stuff about Clarisse until now. So another thing I tested when I was doing this, I just wanted to test how far Clarisse can go with polygon count on my computer. So with 16 gigs of RAM, I just wanted to test it out, how further it can go until it runs out of memory. And I do this. I imported Koenigsegg Regera because it has the most polygons of all these vehicles here. That's why I'm using it. So yeah, I imported Koenigsegg Regera with the textures, 2K textures, and just wanted to test how much times I can copy this model over and make more polygons and see how further my computer can go. And what I did, I scattered. I use point cloud, so it's easy, just a couple of clicks, and you can just bump up the number and scatter around as much polygons as you like, as much these meshes as I like, and yeah. And what I scattered around 17,000 Regeras with the textures. It took, I don't know how much polygons it had. It's crazy, billions of polygons, hundreds of billions of polygons, and it crashed. The software crashed, my computer crashed on 17,000 Regeras, which is awesome. And I only have one here. Yeah, so it's crazy. It was like, I think it was 100 billion of polygons, and software died totally, and my computer died, so I needed to restart it. So, and with the 16 gigs of RAM, if I could have more RAMs, I can scatter even more. So if you want to create huge scenes, I definitely recommend Clarisse. And as for me, I will definitely use it in the future. This is the first project. Maybe it's not going to be as perfect as it should be in Maya or Max, because I know those softwares much more better than Clarisse. I don't know yet all the features about Clarisse. I just didn't have the time to learn it a lot because I need to create all these assets, all these textures for this project, and the deadline is there. I can say coming to an end. I have only 7 days left, so I'll pretty much soon finish it. I need textures. I need to play a little bit with the lighting, and also compose color grading and all that stuff. You can, yes, I also forgot that. You can also do that in Fly, I can say. You can go image and you can go color manager here. And then here, you can add color space like this. And then you can name it as much as you like here. And then you can just lot file name, just select a lot, and it can instantly change in real time. It can apply the lot map very easily, so the color space will change, and yeah, you can color grade your image very easily and fast, and that's what I like about Clarisse. It's also interesting, and I think that's pretty much it, guys. This video took long enough. I don't have anything more to say about Clarisse, about my project, and what I'm doing so far. So I'll leave that for another updates. I'm gonna keep posting my compositing process as I progress further. So I will post those updates. After that, I will post the final words video, and after that, I will post the final image. So that will conclude this competition. Challenge. And thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, share, and subscribe for more videos. And catch you guys in the next one. Bye.